The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm your host, Patrick Cristiano, the publisher of TheaterLife.com, a website for theater buffs in New York City and the Hamptons. We cover Broadway and off-Broadway theater, as well as social events in New York City and here in the Hamptons. I'm coming to you from the LTV studio in Wainscott, and today I have a really special guest, a power player out here in East Hampton, a restaurateur, a founder of the Hayground School, and the founder of the film festival as well, Toni Ross. Toni, thank you so much for coming to do this.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's really my pleasure, definitely. You have been out here a really long time and done some incredible things. You're the Toni in Nick and Toni's restaurant.
Yes.
You founded it 30 years ago now.
Yeah, it's our birthday on August 3rd. That's our anniversary.
It's amazing.
30 years. Yeah.
You and your husband, Jeff Salloway.
Yeah, we came out here 30 years ago to a space that I said, not a chance, we should do this. And we sort of took it apart, rebuilt it, and it's been an extraordinary journey. We're incredibly lucky.
You actually said no?
Oh yeah, no, I said, no, are you kidding me? No.
And he said yes, he was the one that pushed for it?
Yeah, I was like, okay. But you know, I said that about Hayground School also, because having been involved with the founding of the Hamptons International Film Festival, I just knew how much work went into founding a not-for-profit. And it was a group of about 15 of us who were meeting about starting this school. And I was the only one who stood up and said, you know, maybe we shouldn't do this. You know, it's really a lot of work, and and everybody was just like, sit down. So, but you know, that's also been an amazing journey, and I always say that I've learned more at Hayground than I imagine anybody has. It's just, it's a place that really nurtures families. Jason's a parent there.
You know, we're here because we want to talk about what's going on July 29th. You're having a special benefit for the Hayground School, which is its 14th annual benefit, and you brought Jason Weiner. I was teasing you earlier about your name. But Jason Weiner is the chef and the owner of Almond Restaurant, and you also have an Almond Restaurant in New York City, and you've just opened a new food store right next to your restaurant in Bridgehampton.
It's fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Toni. Yeah, Allen W. Market, which is right next door to the restaurant in Bridgehampton. Yeah, we're doing a lot of our own kind of things that we do at Almond. Now you can just kind of come into the store and grab and go and take them. And there's coffee, and there's some pastries, some amazing pastries that we're doing in the basement of Almond, and we're doing a line of hot sauces and kimchis, a lot of great stuff that we already kind of been doing at Almond and kind of giving to our friends on the sly. We're now kind of selling to the general public. It's a lot of fun.
Great cold brew coffee, by the way.
Oh, that is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, we have it at Top
But Jason, you have at the event that you're doing on the 29th at the Hayground School. That's a sit-down dinner, a 5-course sit-down dinner.
It is, yes. So it's a dinner that an event that was founded about 14 years ago in honor of my late husband, Jeff Salloway, who had a vision for the school that involved cooking, and as a way both of bringing together various cultures, of sharing your home life, of talking about geopolitics, all kinds of things he saw happening in the kitchen, mathematics. And he was very prescient in his thoughts about wanting to connect people back to the food that they were.
He was quite an extraordinary human being.
Yeah, I thought so. So anyway, so the school created this benefit that first year with these extraordinary chefs cooking, and we raised enough money in that one year to build a decent size, beautiful kitchen with a dining space in it. And that has since grown to also include a number of gardens. We had a greenhouse donated by Slow Foods, and we then have expanded the kitchen multiple times because we've
Wow.
run out of space. And so we're able to host the dinners. Those original dinners, the fundraising dinners, were in New York City. Once we had more space at the kitchen, Jeff's Kitchen at Hayground, we were able to host the dinners there. So you can actually watch the chefs, whether it's Eric Ripert, Tom Colicchio, Bill Telepan, Michael White, Jason Weiner, making the dishes. And also it's really fun to watch the chefs then come together to plate each other's dishes.
Oh, wow.
It's really fun. And I have to say that most of the chefs afterwards invariably come up and say how much fun they've had, because it's you correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a special event. I mean, Tony's talking about all of the fact that all the money that's raised goes to Jeff's Kitchen at Hayground School, which, and Tony mentioned, it all kind of starts, and Jeff had this vision, it all kind of begins and ends in the kitchen educationally. I mean, there's science, there's math, there's cultural interchange, there's kind of understanding where your food comes from and how to get to the plate, which is an amazing thing. And Tony also mentioned my daughter goes to Hayground. It's a really special place. But the event itself, as much fun as it is for the guests, it's that much fun for us chefs.
Because it's an opportunity for them to engage with each other.
Now, they want to find out more information. What is it? How do we?
Haygroundchefsdinner.org.
Haygroundchefsdinner.org. That's
All the information is there.
All the information is there. Haygroundchefsdinner.org. We'll bring it up to you again at the end of the show.
Yeah. So the other really important. I mean, it's a fantastic event. It's our only fundraising event that we do all year that in the public eye. And more than 80% of our families receive tuition assistance. So
Oh, wow.
it's really critical that we get people to come and support the school. And it's an amazing community place that brings together disparate communities to create this beautiful.
And this year you're going to honor Jacques Pepin.
Yeah, so I'm particularly excited. I've never had the opportunity to meet Jacques.
Oh, wow.
But Jacques Pepin really was one of the forerunners of what now is, these sort of superstar chefs and television, Food Network and television shows. Jacques, along with Julia Child, were really the first to come on TV, to speak very plainly to people about food, to make it less intimidating and really introduce the audience to French techniques, but in a way that felt like they could do that at home. So,
And he's an educator in his own right.
Yeah.
And a super charming guy.
Does he have a restaurant today? Does he have a school? How does he?
Doesn't. Well, he is more of an ambassador, and that's how he started. Like Tony said, he was kind of besides along with Julia Child, who, and by the way, they were great friends. They were best friends. He was an ambassador of French cuisine as not this sort of inscrutable foreign thing, as something that can be appreciated in America with American ingredients. And he is...
And fun.
And fun, yeah. I mean...
He's funny.
One of the amazing things about being a chef is partaking in cultural interchange, and that's sort of one of his missions.
That's
really,
fantastic.
Really a special guy.
And speaking of charming, because Jason mentioned that he's charming, which he is, during the dinner, as a special event, this particular Sunday, Eric Ripert, speaking of charming, and Jacques Pepin will do an onstage dialogue about food, about education, about where things are going, and it's a really unique opportunity to be in an intimate setting.
These are two giants.
Two giants,
Sharing
and
stage.
let me tell you, charming does not describe it. I've been on the air, on the radio with Eric Ripert, and women call in and they just want him to read the phone book. They just don't care what he's saying. They just want to hear him speaking. But they're both so passionate and knowledgeable, and so we're very much looking forward to that. So that's part of the seated dinner, which will be preceded by cocktails and hors d'oeuvres.
And it's all Sunday, July 29th. It starts at 4:30 at the Hayground School.
Correct.
Sunday, July 29th.
When it will not rain,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Then
No.
Tell us again, who are all the chefs that are going to be preparing some of
We're
these
very excited
sumptuous
about
meals?
the chefs this year, which I'll let
well, Jason will know.
introduce you, because he'll be
Look,
working
okay, why
directly
don't you-
with them.
Sure. Of course, there's Joe Realmuto, who's the executive chef at Nick and Toni's. In fact, he's the executive chef of kind of the Honest Foods sort of empire. Nick and Toni's, La Fondita. These guys are opening a new spot in October. called
Congratulations,
Coche
that's really
Commodore.
exciting.
Super
That will
exciting.
be in Amagansett.
Josh Capon from Barry Meat Company, Bill Talapan from Oceana, Christian Meir from Stone Creek Inn. All these people under one roof. Hillary Sterling from Vic's in the city. It's
Carissa.
Carissa from Carissa's Bread, who was, I mean, if anyone's ever had her bread or her pastries, know that she's a unique
It's
talent.
outrageous,
She's
and I
amazing.
love bread.
Yeah, she's amazing. So it's a lot. I mean, yeah, these are big names, but it's also people who are coming to do this in the middle of a busy season for everyone because they care about this thing, and because it is such a, it really is a special event. I mean, over the course of the year, we all do things, we all do little events, but this is really the one that we kind of circle in our calendar.
Yeah. Have you set a menu already? Do you know
Yeah.
what they're fixing? Can you tell us? Can we talk about the menu? Or no?
We like to keep that
Oh, I know. I don't want to push
a
them.
surprise, but it's all seasonal. Much of it
Jacques
local.
Jacques is actually illustrated. He needed the menu back in May because he's actually did little illustrations on the menu of each dish, which
Oh,
is
how
going to be super
beautiful.
fun.
Yeah, beautiful,
Yeah.
and we're going to auction off the original.
Oh, it's,
Yeah, it's
an
beautiful.
illustrator
It's a
too?
watercolor. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He's illustrated
It's
some of his
really
books. I mean, the man has something like 35 cookbooks. He's a giant. So yeah, I don't actually have off the top of my head know what the other chefs are making. I did bring my dish.
Oh
today
yes,
just to
yes,
kinda
we
go-
have this. It's gorgeous too.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
really
thanks.
pretty. Tell us.
Yeah, so this is going to be
Please.
I believe the first course. It's a salad, and part of Jeff's Kitchen and the mission at Hayground is utilizing and our restaurants is utilizing and having relationships with as many local growers as possible, and this dish features that. So there's arugula from our friend Marilee Foster in Sagaponack, and beets from our mutual friend Alex Balsam Farms in Amagansett, and a little smoked beet puree, and some blue cheese from Art Ludlow at Mecox Bay Dairy, and a little walnut oil. So kind of a classic combination, sort of reimagined a little bit. So yeah, and there are going to be 5 other courses, and like Toni mentioned, there's a cocktail hors d'oeuvre part of the evening as well. I mean, it's really going to be a special event.
This looks really pretty on camera.
Thanks.
So I also have a few pictures from the event last year that kind of give you a bit of a feel of what it's
fun.
like.
Yeah.
And so let's just show. I don't know what we have. I edited them down just a little bit. So here's last year's dinner setting. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? And it's your program from last year.
Yes.
But that is stunning.
Yeah,
Who
thank
did-
you. What's really extraordinary is that the dinner is put together almost entirely by volunteers.
Oh,
We have
wow.
very few staff working on this, and so it's really kind of an amazing feat to pull off. So the photography is often done by a parent at the school, and the place settings are designed by parents at the school, and it's all done really on a shoestring, and it looks both elegant and also low-key, and our goal is to spend as little as possible to make it feel
Right.
as beautiful as possible.
And the
because-
school itself takes a village kind of vibe to it. It's very community oriented, and the dinner kind of reflects that as
Yeah.
well.
It obviously does,
Yeah.
because everyone's got their hand in it in some
Yeah.
kind of way.
And I bring that up because it is so important to us that this event is about this community, and that the money that we raise goes to the school almost in its entirety, because so few of us are being paid to do
Right.
any of it. and
They're worthy,
that there
worthy
are a
cause.
lot of events out here, all worthy causes, but sometimes the money leaves the community, or not as much of it may go to the charity as you might hope.
Right.
We have a very high rate of return to the school because of the volunteerism.
Well, because of the level of your commitment too.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
what
It takes
really
passion.
stems from.
Yeah.
It's a passionate
Yeah.
force.
And it's also a teacher-run school,
Mm-hmm.
so it takes a lot of passion on the teachers' part, and we owe a lot of
Our
gratitude to
teachers-
them with the mixed age groupings and everything, and they design the curriculum, and that takes a very full commitment on their part.
Teachers are really underrated for the
Yeah.
most part today. It sounds like
Beyond.
you don't do that at all.
Yeah, well, we certainly hope not to. We really value them, and they, it's almost an apprenticeship kind of model where the teachers are learning along with the students. They take
how
a journey
cool.
together to explore things, and so it's a more of a shared education than I will give this information to you, which is very exciting, I think, for the kids.
It's wonderful. Now we actually have a few, your extraordinary generosity to the teachers and giving them an opportunity to give something back it's very cool. Very cool. We have a few more pictures. These are
Yeah.
Isn't it adorable?
Yes.
These I take it are two students.
So yes, these are two of our students. The students actually in Jeff's Kitchen at Hayground, they plan the menu for the week. They pick from the produce from the garden. They prepare the food, serve the food, and clean up the food. So 4 days a week. Mondays they're doing all the planning, but Tuesday through Friday, a small group of kids feed the school. And Friday is pizza day.
Yes.
We have a beautiful wood-fired oven, and so the kids leave with a lot of practical knowledge. So they have knife skills, they have recipe building skills, they understand what it is to be of service, and there's a deep pride for these kids that comes with doing this. You serve a meal and there's immediate gratification because the kids are like, oh my God, this is fantastic. And for kids,
And
that's
everyone
like
who's
super
eating it
important.
is telling them too how wonderful
Yeah,
it is
no,
on
it
top
just-
of that. So you get a reinforcement.
It's so fantastic. And also, people are welcome to join them for lunch. It's usually around 11:30.
So you mean I could
think.
come if I
And
wanted to?
You could,
You
if
can.
you call us up. We'd be happy to have you
Oh,
for
I'd
lunch.
love to do that one day.
Oh my God, it's so fantastic.
I think I'd want to come on
And
pizza
they also,
day.
yeah, pizza day is really good. They also do a gratitude dinner once a year and invite all of the people that have helped them throughout the year in the community. That was amazing this year.
That was
Oh
extra
my
good.
gosh.
That was extra good.
Do you have a
fantastic.
gratitude day planned already?
It already,
Oh.
it happened and I was a guest and it was fantastic. It was sort of an East Indian inspired dinner. With
On a gratitude day, what do they do? Do they practice gratitude for everything that they're to be?
It's a dinner that they prepare for everybody who has been helpful to them
Oh, so they're
throughout the year.
they're returning
and then
it, they're
they
returning it.
serve the dinner, so it would be that we would invite all the chefs, it would be people that have come and shared their time in the classroom or invited them if they've done studio visits to artist studios, they would invite those artists to the dinner. It's really
Yeah,
fantastic
it is.
and very moving.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Hayground. Look, I mean, me and Toni could wax philosophic about Hayground all day, but it's all true. It's the place. It's a special place.
Your love for it is
and
very
the
apparent.
culinary piece of it is just like kind of. I mean, obviously, I'm a chef, so I appreciate that, but on a different level. But it is really. I mean, what it gives to the kids and the appreciation of service to another is a part of it that I hadn't really thought about until you just mentioned it, but it's a thing. And the level of creativity and kind of taking everything from start to finish, the organizational aspects that the kids get, the level of discipline. It's using Jeff's Kitchen as sort of a metaphor for all these other kind of culinary disciplines. It really makes a lot of sense. And this is what the dinner is trying to. I mean, it's not cheap. There's a lot of overhead with these things, and like Toni said, most of the kids at the school are getting some sort of assistance. So we need to pay for it.
Yeah, how many students are there altogether?
There are approximately 85 students this year. We had always felt that we wanted to have no more than 100,
right.
Just because of the way the teaching goes. We like to keep the classrooms relatively small. And
you want to keep
we
the
have a lot
ratio
of
of
other
students and teachers
Yeah,
small.
it's a great ratio between students and teachers. And we also have a lot of other very intensive programs at the school between there's a film program that the kids participate in where they make their own films, which was powerfully strong this year. Were you at Film
Yes,
Night?
I was there. That was amazing.
That was the best one we've
Yeah.
ever had.
That
It
was-
was really, they do a lot of animated films, they did live action films, it's about themselves, it's about their community, whatever. And then we also have a really powerful inventors program as well as a science program that is dealing a lot with local environmental sciences. And the kids are also documenting themselves. There'll be portraits
that's
throughout
lovely.
the dinner on a screen at the dinner that the students have shot of each other. That's
very
powerful
extraordinary
place.
too.
Yeah.
We actually have a few more pictures, I think. This is another.
Oh, my daughter. There we
and
go.
that's Jason's daughter.
Is it
Reed.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is yours?
Well,
On the
the
right
one on the
there.
right, and that's Eve, whose dad Arjun actually teaches at the school. So
And
yeah.
is in the kitchen with the kids.
Yes,
quite
he's
often.
the power behind Jeff's Kitchen on a daily basis.
No, we don't want to show the last picture, but we can show a few more. This is in Jeff's Kitchen.
Oh,
Yes.
There goes Hillary Sterling, who'll be at the dinner. Who else is there? There goes
Christian maybe in the back. Is that
Christian is in the background. That's right. And there goes, I forget his name, but he's Tom Colicchio's sous chef.
Oh, Tom
at
Colicchio
Kraft.
will be with us
Yes, Tom
at the
Colicchio.
dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, which is super fun.
The other thing that we've added this year is for just a little more ticket price, you can sit with Eric Repair or Tom Colicchio or Jacques Pepin.
Oh.
So it's a very special experience we're offering.
And as the evening goes on, the
How do you
storytelling gets...
request who you get to? How do people know that they can request that?
It's on
It's
the
on the ticket?
invitation, it's on
okay,
the
cool.
website.
So
You
tell them the
can-
website one more time.
The website is haygroundchefsdinner.org.
And it's Sunday, July 29th at 4:30.
Right, from
Haygrounds-
4:30 to about 9.
But haygroundschefdinner.org, Sunday. This Sunday.
Yes, this Sunday.
So get your tickets. Do we have? Here's another picture.
That's
Who is it?
my executive chef, Joe Realmuto,
Oh.
who's been with us since he was 19 years old.
Oh, my
And
God.
his son is now in college, and his daughter is about to go off to college. And next to him is Christian Muir, who has Stone Creek Inn. And they're preparing what looks like peaches
Some kind of peach
for
thing.
something, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Joe did a roasted peach thing last year.
But Joe has been really extraordinary in his commitment to this community, and not only is completely on board with the Chef's Dinner, but also very involved with Project Most in the Springs, where they're doing an after-school garden program.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah.
That's wonderful
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he's a big.
And here's
activist.
I think this is the whole crew.
I love this picture. This is me in the middle. With everyone
with everybody
who
around
was,
you. You are the empress.
I am the empress. Everyone who was cooking last year. And there are some chefs who have actually cooked with us since day one of the dinner. Like there's Claudia Fleming in the middle from North Fork Table, who I think is the empress of desserts.
The best.
Yeah,
The
like
best.
the best. I aspire to be her.
You aspire to be her.
I aspire to be her. She knows that already, though, so that's a secret. And if not her, I kind of aspire to be Almond, so, you know.
Oh, I think you really aspire to be yourself.
No.
You know,
But I do love
you must come back, because I want to talk more with you about all the things that you have done, because you're an artist.
Yes.
And you've got things in Longhouse right now. You have an exhibition that's opening. You go to the studio every day and work. And you've started the film festival. I'd like to talk a little bit more about the film festival and how that came to be. So today is really about the Hayground School and the event that you're doing. So would you come back and chat about what I love to talk about process, and you've processed so much stuff to get from where you started to where you are today, and you've accumulated all these things, you know, that are...
I'm a big jump in the deep end and then learn how to swim kind of person.
That's what I want to talk about, how you take the risk to do that and then come out successful, smelling like a rose all the time.
It never seems like that much of a risk
At the time?
beginning, and then you're like, oh my God.
But you knew, you said when Jeff wanted to do the restaurant initially.
Yeah, well, that's because that building was horrible. But we fixed it.
But also getting a restaurant here was a really big thing in terms of real estate. You can't put restaurants every place. So.
No, actually, it has to have already been a restaurant. And there weren't a lot of...
Was it a restaurant?
Yeah, it was L'Orsa Minore, and before that it was Ma Bergman's. Did you know about Ma Bergman's?
I didn't know these things, no.
Yeah, it was like a spaghetti place where you could order as many meatballs as you wanted, and it was small and kind of,
I think
you know,
the time has
family
come for that
run.
to come back.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it called?
Ma
Ma Bergman's?
Ma Bergman's. Yeah, maybe we should do that together.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
There's the birth of a new restaurant already?
You know, you know, you never know.
You never know?
Never know. No.
And so, well, we have about a minute left of time. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about the dinner on Saturday that we didn't, on Sunday? I keep saying.
We only have a few tickets left.
Oh.
I would urge you, if anyone has any interest, that they go onto the website or call the school regarding the tickets. And I'd just like to say again how grateful I am to the community and to the community of chefs who are participating.
It's an honor to be. It's an honor for us to be honoring Jacques Pepin, who is really.
Yes.
I mean, when we heard that he gave us a yes, I could barely contain myself. Right? I mean, it's really amazing. So, and I don't know if you heard, but my partner Eric is flying him in from.
I did hear that.
Eric, who's my partner,
he flies.
Yeah, he's an amateur pilot. I mean, you know, I mean, he knows how to fly, we think. But he's flying Jacques from, I guess he lives in Stanford or something,
Yep.
so he's flying him in. So that'll be fun.
Well, that's it. We're out of time. And thank you so much for coming. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks,
Yes,
well, thanks
my
for having
pleasure.
us.
Yes.